Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Dr. Sania Jafri from Physiology Department, FRPMC. We are going to learn the effect of repeated stimuli and production of fatigue in skeletal muscle by using a power lab in a frog. So what is summation? Summation is to stimulate the muscle with 2 pulses at different pulse intervals and observe the effect on muscle contraction. When the 2 maximal stimuli, that is S1, are applied in succession, that is 0.5 centimeters per second apart, in such a way that second stimuli comes while the muscle is still facing the first, then the effect of second stimulus S2 will add up with the first and produce beneficial effect, which will increase the height of contraction. This is called summation effect on SMT, which is the single muscle twitch. The second stimulus applied in different phases of muscle contraction, it shows following response. S2 in latent period, that is LP. When second stimulus applied within LP of the first SMT, the effect of second stimulus does not show any response because muscle remains refractory during this period. S2 in contraction period. When second stimulus is applied within the CP of the first SMT, the effect of second stimulus summit with the first one and it causes the increase in height of contraction. S2 in relaxation period, in an early period, we are talking about first in the early period and then we will see in the late period also. In the early period, when the second stimulus is applied in early relaxation phase, the second response will be produced by second stimulus, which has slightly high peak of contraction. Okay, S2 in relaxation period, in the late relaxation period is when second stimulus falls in late RP, the 2 separate curves will be obtained. Okay, make the setup as described. Make sure the muscle is moist and is in contact with the stimulating electrodes. In the stimulator panel, insert your value for the supramaximal stimulus voltage that you calculated in SMT experiment. Set the stimulator panel to deliver 2 pulses. Check that the interval between the 2 pulses is set to 400 ms as frequency of 2.5 Hz. Click start. Lab tutor is set to record for 625 ms. It will deliver the first supramaximal stimulus just after you click start and the second after the interval that you specify. Lab tutor will also enter a comment showing the stimulus amplitude. Repeat step 4, decreasing the stimulus interval in the following sequence, like in 200 ms, 100 ms, 80, 60, 40 and then 20 ms. Tetanization. To examine the muscle's response to a series of stimuli at different frequencies. When the repeated stimuli are applied with high frequencies to gastrocnemius muscle of frog, fuse twitches are recorded known as tetanization. When the frequency is such that each successive stimuli falls within the relaxation phase, it is called indulation. And graph recorded is termed as incomplete tetanization. The induction decreases with the increase in frequency till it disappears, and if the frequency is such that the next stimuli fall within the contraction period of previous curve, a straight line is recorded due to sustained contraction of muscle. This response is called as complete tetanization. It expresses the stability and contractility of the muscle of the skeletal muscle. The skeletal muscle in human beings remain in the contracted state of complete tetanization. Normally, the tetanic contraction of different muscles occur during activities of those muscles. Abnormal tetanic sustained contraction occurs in a diseased state called as tetanus, which is caused by bacteria, the Clostridium tetani. Okay, the procedure is the same, almost same, with a little few alterations. Like again, make sure the muscle is moist and is in contact with the stimulating electrodes. In the stimulator panel, insert your value for supramaximal stimulus voltage, that is 1000 millivolts, that you calculated in exercise 4 of simple muscle twitch. Set the stimulator panel to deliver 60 pulses. Check that the interval between pulses is set to 40 millimeters ms. Click start. Lab tutor will record for 1250 ms. It will deliver the first supramaximal stimulus 50 ms after you click start. Lab tutor will also enter a comment showing the stimulus amplitude. Then repeat step 4, decreasing the stimulus interval in the following sequence, like 200, 100, 80, 60, 40 and 20. This is the type of wave which will be observed. This is your analysis. To examine the muscle's response to a sustained series of stimuli at a high frequency. In an isolated nerve muscle preparation, when the muscle is repeatedly stimulated through the nerve, the graph obtained shows the following features. The first few contractions increase in amplitude due to beneficial effect. As stimulation is continued, there occurs a progressive increase in the latent period and a decrease in amplitude. The height of contraction gradually decreases, and different periods of prolonged, especially the RP, is so much prolonged that the curve fails to reach the baseline before the next stimulus arrives. The rise of tension becomes slower and relaxation becomes more gradual and incomplete. Finally, muscle becomes to contract altogether. The recording lever does not return to the baseline. The muscle remains in a state of partial contraction called contraction remainder or contracture. This failure of response after repeated stimuli is called fatigue. Thus, the muscle fatigue is inability of muscle to work further. The cause of fatigue is depletion of acetylcholine from motor nerve ending and interference with the neurotransmitter transmission by substances like pyruvic acid. The cause of fatigue is depletion of acetylcholine from motor nerve ending and interference with the neuromuscular transmission by substances like pyruvic acid and lactic acid and the breakdown products of ATP. The repeated stimulation of muscle itself leads to actual muscle fatigue and is due to depletion of muscle glycogen. And again, it is also almost the same procedure. Make sure the muscle is more moist and in contact with the stimulating electrodes. In the stimulator panel, insert your value for the supramaximal stimulus voltage that you calculated for simple muscle twitch. Set the interval between pulses to 20 ms and the number of pulses to 1750. Click start after a 50 ms delay. Lab tutor will stimulate the muscle for 35 seconds with pulses at 20 ms interval. Recording will continue for a further 10 seconds after the last stimulation. Assalamu alaikum students. So today we are going to learn about the effect of repeated stimuli and production of fatigue in a skeletal muscle by using a power lab in a frog. So you can see here, there's a setup here. This is the stand. This is a 100 ml beaker. This is a muscle holder with a proper stand, you can see. And there are 2 electrodes which are attached here, you can see. And if you move further, so we have a force transducer here, and this is the clamp of it to fix it.
Okay, so student, now as you have seen in your old practical also, when we perform any practical on a frog, there are a few steps before taking out the muscle or performing it on the heart of the frog. We first take the frog and then we pith the frog. Means we have to make it unconscious. So that steps we have all done it. We pith the frog, we double pith it, so to be very sure that the frog is unconscious. Then again we place the frog on the dissecting tray. There we located the gastrocnemius belly of that frog, which you can see we have attached over here, as you can see here. This is the belly of gastrocnemius muscle. Acha, we will be tying it from here and from the other end, and one end you can see, one end of the thread is tied over here on the muscle holder. From the other end, the thread is going up on the force transducer. We are going to hang it over here. All right. So this is the proper way and position. It shouldn't be very tight and it shouldn't be very loose. We are going to place the beaker over here, over here like this. All right. And now if you see, there are 4 hinges you can see here. And if you go and locate it over here, the 2 which are touching the belly are these 2. Like if you trace it down here, the 2 which are touching the belly are these 2. This is the reason we have placed the electrodes over here, so that these can record the twitch and whatever practical we are performing from this belly. Okay, so these 2 electrodes which are placed here and attached here, be careful, we are going to use the red and the black one. The green one is left alone, we are not using it. So this is going to be attached over here on the muscle holder, and the other end you can see there is one end over here. The red one is on mark plus, you can see, and the black one is on the mark minus, you can see. All right. And the force transducers, this is the force transducer and its electrode is attached on input 1. Okay, now if you see over here, we are going to perform this on the lab tutor. This is the practical that we are going to learn today. The red line, the red graph you can see is the muscle twitch, which is number 4. All right. If you see number 3, this is summation. And if you see number 2, so this is incomplete tetanus, and number 1, the green line, the green graph is complete tetanus. And further we will learn about each of them in detail. Okay, so we start with twitch recruitment first. For as I saw you in the previous graph, that the twitch is just like this. It consists of a latent period which starts from here. And what is a latent period? It is the point from where the contraction begins. All right. So your latent period is over here, and then your contraction period starts, then your relaxation period starts. So this is going to be LP, latent period, this is going to be CP, contraction period, and this is going to be your relaxation period, which is RP. Now effect of summation, if you see, and as you all know what summation is when you add the contraction. Here we are going to give the stimulus, and as I told you that we are going to start with 400 ms first, and then we go on to 200, then we are going to decrease the time, and we are going to increase the pulse. Before, when we started with the twitch, we did only one pulse, means we gave only one stimulation, and the graph appeared. Over here in summation, we are going to give 2 pulses, and we are going to add the stimuluses, right? First at 400 meter per second, then at 200, then at 100, then 80, then 60, then 40, and then 20. And you will be visualizing a graph. If you can see it in the background, it is going to be like this. And these all stimuluses will be added up. Eventually, a picture of tetanus will appear, which is like a continuous contraction. Again, over here in tetanus, during tetanus, we are going to increase the pulses, the amount of force that we are giving to the frog muscle, and the time interval we are going to decrease. Again, 400, 200, 100, 80, 60, 20, 40, 20. But the point is that we are going to increase the pulse. Over here, if you go back, we started with 1 pulse in twitch. Then we moved on for summation, so we gave 2 pulses. Over here in tetanus, we are going to give 60 pulses. All right. So with this, you are going to have an effect like this. All the contraction are being added up, and this is giving you a continuous muscle contraction like this, a graph. And eventually what will happen with this kind of continuous contraction, the muscle will eventually fatigue. See, if you see from the baseline, it goes up, a little up, and then finally with tetanus, it is going to come back to the baseline, means it is finally fatigued up. But the point to be noted here is the pulses, the amount of pulses. If you see, we are using 1750 pulses. Can you relate with the amount of pulses and the time interval? We decrease the time interval and we increase the pulse.